Subscribe to our YouTube channel for more news and latest Canadian immigration updates by Blue Eye Immigration.
Hello everyone, today's we are talking about number 3 breaking Canada immigration latest and new updates. Now first of all we talk about biometrics will now be needed for all the Canadian PR applicants. Effective June 14, 2023, a recent update from the Immigration, Refugees and Citizenship Canada, IRCC, states that all applicants for Canadian permanent residency, PR, will be required to provide biometrics, regardless of any previous submissions. The temporary public policy that exempted PR applicants from submitting biometrics during the COVID-19 pandemic will no longer be applicable for applications submitted on or after this date. For individuals unfamiliar with the concept, biometrics refer to a person's unique physical characteristics that can be used to identify them in the context of Canadian immigration. Biometrics primarily involve fingerprints in a photograph, which are collected as part of the application process. You may wonder why Canadian immigration authorities place importance on biometrics. The primary purpose is to establish and confirm the identity of individuals. While it may not seem crucial initially, the Canadian government believes that biometrics significantly contribute to the safety and security of immigrants in multiple ways. By having biometric information on file, it becomes more challenging for individuals to engage in identity theft, fraudulent activities, or misuse someone else's identity. Furthermore, in situations where there might be similar names, birth dates, or places of birth, biometrics help in resolving any issues or mistakes that may arise during the application process. Even if you have previously provided your biometrics, if you are applying for PR under the family class, economic class, or refugee cases after June 14, 2023, and you fall within the age range of 14 to 79, you will be required to provide your fingerprints again, regardless of the validity of your previous biometric data. It is important to stay informed about these changes and ensure compliance with the new requirements. If you have any specific concerns or questions regarding your PR application and biometrics, it is advisable to seek guidance from an immigration professional or refer to the official IRCC resources to ensure a smooth and successful application process. Now we talk about Canada Express Entry introduces category-based immigration for priority occupations. Biggest update ever in Canada immigration. Canada revamps Express Entry to introduce a category-based E5S for priority occupations for Canada PR visa. Canada Express Entry will now hand applicants from certain categories with priority occupations. Applicants must have a decent CRS score on the CRS calculator to be eligible for the new process. Below are the details for the category-based process. 1. Who has strong French language proficiency, or 2. Work experience in the following occupation categories. A. Healthcare occupations. B. STEM occupations. C. Trade professions. D. Transport occupations. E. Agriculture and agri-food professions. These categories have an immense number of occupations, including subcategories under the tier system. All the applicants in these occupations must score of minimum IELTS score for Canada PR. Below are the priority occupations in each category. A. STEM occupations: architects, landscaper, land surveyor, civil engineers, ICT managers, computer engineers, software engineers, developers, programmers, cybersecurity specialist, data scientists, database analysts, electrical, industrial, and material engineers, mathematicians, applied science researchers and program officers and specialists, etc. B. Healthcare occupations: nurses, surgeons, physicians, vets, physiotherapists, psychologists, pharmacists, medical technologists, health services, lab, massage therapists, chiropractors, dentists, dietitians, nutritionists, etc. C. Trade occupations: residential installers, elevator constructors, mechanics, fitters, carpenters, plumbers, electricians, welders, construction supervisors, repairers, heating and refrigeration or AC mechanics, oil and gas workers, etc. D. Transport. Occupations: transportation or logistics managers, air pilots, flight engineers, purchasing managers, supply chain, production and manufacturing, procurement, administrative services managers, etc. E. Agriculture and agri-food professions: agriculture services, food processing, livestock, butchers, meat cutters, poultry workers, harvesting, horticulture, aquaculture, forestry, etc. The average salary in Canada in all these occupations is more than 60,000 Canadian dollars per annum. Now let's talk about Canada passes new law to promote Francophone immigration. Canada has passed a new law that emphasizes the importance of the French language in Canada by prioritizing Francophone immigration and minorities outside Quebec. Bill C-13 introduces, for the first time, Immigration into the Official Languages Act, OLA. The OLA is the federal statute that made English and French the official languages of Canada. The new law modernizes the Official Languages Act to recognize that French, as an official language of Canada, is being threatened and must be protected. It is divided into 3 parts. The first part makes amendments to the Official Languages Act, the second part regulates the use of French in federally regulated private businesses, and the third part outlines the legal applications of the legislation. The new law introduces immigration in the Official Languages Act for the first time, recognizing the importance of Francophone immigration to Francophone minority communities outside Quebec. The immigration-related measures include legislative changes. Particularly, the obligation for Immigration, Refugees, and Citizenship Canada, IRCC, to adopt a Francophone immigration policy with objectives, targets, and indicators. In addition, the recognition of immigration as one of the factors that contributes to maintaining or increasing the demographic weight of Francophone minority communities. The law also gives individuals working in federally regulated private business in Quebec, or in French minority communities outside of Quebec, the ability to work in French and be served in French. Further, the law requires that all judges appointed to the Supreme Court of Canada are bilingual in order to improve access to justice. The Liberal government believes that the new law will help increase childcare, education, and healthcare services in French across Canada, where there is a lack of bilingual workers. IRCC's commitment to Francophone immigration. Francophone minority communities are experiencing a decline in demographic weight. The most recent 2021 census showed that the overall proportion of Francophones outside Quebec went from 3.6% in 2016 to 3.3% in 2021. IRCC recognizes this decline and has had a long-standing commitment to Francophone immigration outside Quebec, as well as ensuring access to French settlement services. In 2019, IRCC launched the Francophone Immigration Strategy to reinforce efforts along the immigration journey, starting from the promotion and attraction of IRC missions abroad, to selection and integration in Canada. IRC claims they are on track to meet their target of welcoming 4.4% of French-speaking admissions to Canada outside Quebec by 2023. Some key initiatives under the Francophone Immigration Strategy include: 1. Allocated additional points for French-speaking and bilingual candidates under express entry. 2. Temporary dedicated streams for French-speaking and bilingual candidates as part of the temporary residence to permanent residence pathway for essential workers and recent international graduates already in Canada. 3. Expanded funding to now have close to 80 Francophone service providers to deliver settlement services to the French-speaking newcomers outside Quebec. Finally, IRCC is currently working on the development of the policy on Francophone immigration, which includes a new and more consequential admission target for Francophone immigration outside Quebec.
That is over today in video. Thanks for watching entire video. Hopefully information useful to you. See you later in next video.